guys! So today I'm doing a storytime video, which I'm really excited about because I've done one of these before, which was my foot fetish stalker video. And after I did that, a lot of you guys were asking me to do more story times. In case you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it down below. I had to disable comments because eventually the only people that were commenting were people that found it that had foot fetishes, and the comments were either extremely rude or extremely vulgar, and I just really did not want to read them anymore, so I disabled comments. But the video is still up and I think it's pretty entertaining if you want to watch it. Anyway, so like I said, ever since I posted that video, you guys were requesting more story times, and I really did want to do one, but I didn't think I had anything that was story time worthy, so I was just kind of like waiting for something to happen. And in the meantime, I was watching a lot of other story time YouTubers and watching their videos, and one video that I really like watching is online stalker type videos. I think those are super entertaining, probably because I'm obsessed with the show Catfish and it's kind of similar. So anyways, as I was watching those types of videos, I realized I do have a story. I remembered one of my stories from a while back, and I think it's pretty weird, so I wanted to share with you guys. By the way, before I get into the story, I am home. I'm filming in my guest room because the lighting's the best in here. And yeah, I'm back home in New York. If you guys are new with my channel, I just finished my freshman year at LMU, Loyola Marymount in Los Angeles, and now I'm back home for the summer. So yeah, so I've got this nice, beautiful background. I'm gonna work on a better background, but yeah. Okay, so the story starts with me. I was just finishing my freshman year of high school, so it was the summer before my sophomore year of high school, and to set the stage, I was pretty awkward. I had never had a boyfriend. I had basically no experience with boys in general at all, and I was fairly naive, I would say. So at this point, I had just gotten my first job. I was going to be a cashier at a grocery store near me, Wegmans. If you guys live near me or live anywhere in the Northeast, you probably know of Wegmans, and you'll understand why I was working there, but all my friends in college think it's so weird when I told them I was a cashier at a grocery store, but basically Wegmans is like the place to work if you're a teenager in high school or in college. Like, everyone that works at the front end is young, basically. So I don't know if this is the case for all high schools or most high schools, but my high school, we had a rival high school that was like pretty close to us, and we just knew people from it. So we weren't necessarily like friends with them, but like we knew people that were at that high school, and we would follow each other on social media, just that kind of thing. Like, we knew of them. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I keep touching my hair. It's really like stressing me out. I haven't straightened my hair in so long. Anyway, so I was working at the Wegmans in the neighboring school district because it was newer and bigger, and I didn't really want to see a ton of people I knew. So I was working at, like I said, the grocery store that is in the other school district, so the majority of the kids working there were from the other school district. So I think it was probably my first or second day of work, honestly. I remember I was training, and I saw this guy that was also working there, and I knew of him because he went to that other high school. I didn't know him personally, like I hadn't talked to him before, but I knew who he was. He was a year older than me, and I thought he was pretty cute. I'm not going to use real names in this, so we're going to call him Steve. Yeah, so I saw Steve working, and I noticed he was looking at me, and you know, little 9th grade me was like, ooh, he's looking at me, like all excited, whatever. So I honestly think it was that night, or maybe the next night, Steve followed me on Twitter. And mind you, this is when I had 2 Twitters. Now I only have 1, but at the time I had a personal Twitter that was private and a Twitter for YouTube. So this was my personal, like, private Twitter. So I guess he requested to follow me or whatever. And I accepted and followed him back, and then he DM'd me. It goes down in the DM. And I remember clearly now what he said. It was hey with a smiley face, except it was like the little colon, like, thingy. I don't even know if emojis were a thing then. Yeah, so he DM'd me, and I remember answering, and then we started texting. I think we were probably texting for maybe a day or 2 when the next thing happened. Okay, so at this time, Ask FM was really popular. If you don't know what Ask FM is, basically it's the same thing as Formspring. It's a website where you can make an account and then other people can ask you questions on it. But the hitch of the website is that people are allowed to ask them anonymously, so they can like type a question and then just select Ask Anonymously, and you'll never know who asked you the question. So like I said, I had only been texting this guy for 1, maybe 2 days. I don't think I told anyone about it. I might have told one of my like close friends, so obviously like they weren't gonna do anything weird about it, but no one like really knew this guy, they just kind of knew of him. And I looked at my Ask FM and I had started getting some questions. Okay, I wanted to make this video as like real as possible because I know sometimes these are hard to believe. So I went on Ask FM and I reset my password and reactivated my account so I could find all of these questions and show them to you. So the first question I received is, are you talking to anyone? And that's like pretty common. I mean, for someone to ask on Ask FM at that time, like, ooh, are you talking to anyone? And I said, not quite sure at the moment. This also gives us all a chance to laugh at me and my answers because they are so freshman year of me. And then, sorry, I'm sick, by the way. And then they go, if it's who I think it is, run. Like, what? How would they know, right? And then they said, by the way, these are all coming in like one after another. Like, they weren't waiting for me to answer, like they were just sending them. And I said, or they said, guessing you're next in line. He's hit us all up. Starts out with a hey smiley face, and at this point I was like, wait a minute, like that is exactly what he sent me. Like, how do they know exactly what he sent me? This is so weird. So then I was like, who is this? I won't publish it. Because if you guys are familiar with Ask FM, you don't have to publish the answers, because if you publish them, everyone sees them, but you don't have to publish it or whatnot. Okay, so the next thing they said was, you don't have to post this, just want you to know. Ask around, I speak the truth. I got a hey smiley face too. And then they go, let's just leave it as I got the hey smiley face, then a little small talk, then why don't you text me followed by his number. Which is like funny because this is exactly what had happened to me. And then they said, I thought it was cute at first, then I was telling a friend, and doesn't she tell me she was texting the same guy? Then I found out many more. By the way, that's just within our school, can't imagine within the others. And they just keep coming, and this was getting kind of weird, like why does this person care so much? I had been texting him for literally a day, like we hadn't hung out, it's not like we were married. And then they said, don't post. Listen, I know of his ex, sweetest, most gorgeous girl ever. They dated for like 2 years or more. She recently broke up with him because of his behavior. He's just trying to get back at her. Look her up. Never heard a bad word about her from anyone. Him, on the other hand, ... Yeah, so at this point I was very curious as to what this person was gonna say, and I was also pretty weirded out because I had no idea who this was. They go, she gotta ask, read it, it's all about her and him and what he's been doing. And then they try to act like there's someone else, and they said, just read all this, true, 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 LOL, someone just pointed out the similarities with the two of you. Size, hair color, clothing styles, weird. Replacement? Not a coincidence. Like what? Come on. Don't post. I can anon send you her info if you want to talk to her. She probably would talk to you. Next post I post, just answer yes or no and I can get it for you. And then I think I might have said no or I didn't answer, and they said, suit yourself, but ask around. Her name is blank. Go down her friends list and see you, and I have a lot of them in common with her. Won't find a one saying a bad word. Ask your friends about him. He's texted us all within the past 2 weeks. Yeah, so at this point I was really confused why this person cared. I was thinking, okay, maybe it's the girlfriend, but how would she know like that I was texting him? Believe me, he will just lie if you ask him, and I know you will ask him. Go down his following list, see a pattern, all girls since she broke up with him. Think about it. Why after 2+ years do you think she left him? Ask her, she still loves him, just couldn't deal with it. There was some more in between this, but this was like the main ending. They go, not to get involved, but I think I know who that is and who she's talking about. She's right, I got the same story about him from ... Well, we already follow each other, I'll DM you. And then someone else goes, I'll DM you too. I have no problem telling you exactly what he said to me when he hit me up via DM, then gave me his number. Okay, so you don't have to be a rocket scientist to realize that these are all the same people, and someone is just very concerned about this guy and the girl, and me, I was like, okay, well, I've never even gone on a date with this guy, like, I have nothing to lose, like, I'm not gonna listen to some, like, random person on Ask FM. So even though I was, like, a little suspicious, like I said, I didn't have anything invested in this guy, and he eventually asked me to hang out, so we did. It was fine, it was kind of awkward, but it wasn't bad. He had to like meet my parents because he picked me up, so it seemed like his intentions were fine. He didn't try to make a move on me or anything. Like, it went fairly well, I guess, other than the kind of awkwardness, and we had made plans to hang out again, so it wasn't like it went really badly and we didn't talk after. Like, we made plans to hang out again. I hadn't heard anything else from the weird Ask FM stalker person who seemed to know everything about my DMs and texts. So pretty much it started to get weird when we were supposed to hang out and he had not answered any of my texts and he completely blew me off, and little freshman me was so upset and so sad. I didn't know what happened. So this is the really weird part of the story. I remember getting a text message, and if you guys remember back in the day, you probably still can honestly, you could text someone from a Yahoo email account. Like, weird, but you could. And I got a text on my phone from a Yahoo email account. I don't remember the name, it wasn't someone's like actual account. They had made it to text me. They texted me and it was about this guy. And I don't remember the exact wording, I couldn't find this text message, sadly. But it was like, told you he'd get back with blank blank, like they were hanging out yesterday at the fair together, like he just wanted to bed you. I remember that clearly because I was like, bed me? What? Like he just wanted to bed you. Like this same person somehow got my number, Yahoo mail texted me about this guy. And I'm almost positive I didn't answer. I really don't think I answered because I was really weirded out at this point. I don't know how this person got my number, knew what I was texting, knew like the DMs, knew when I hung out with this guy, knew everything about everything that was going on. I don't think this guy ended up getting back with his ex, but I don't really know what happened. He ended up dating someone else. I didn't care after like a week, and I never found out who this person was that basically stalked my life and was obsessed about it on Ask FM and Yahoo mail texting. I remember I tried to figure out who it was for the longest time because they said we followed each other on Twitter, but since they never texted me or DM'd me like they said they were going to, I really don't know if that's true and I have no idea who this person is. Yeah, who knows? Super weird. If you guys think you know who it is, totally leave a comment down below. Or if you're watching this and this was you, let me know because, you know, mystery solved and I'm not gonna get mad at you at this point. Anyways, I thought this story was pretty weird and looking back, it's very weird. Yeah, but if you have any similar stories, please leave them in the comments down below because I love these weird online stories. If you want to follow my life more, feel free to follow me on social media. I'm going to put them right here and also in the description. And then I'll put my Snap code right here if you want to follow me on Snapchat and view my stories. I love you guys so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye!